What's going on, guys? It's your boy Rogue. Okay, I'm gonna bring you a Labyrinth video, guys. However, in this one, I'm not gonna run through it and just show you guys the path like all these other guys have done. I'm going to actually break down each room, the traps in each room, what you need to avoid, because there's a lot of things in here that they don't mention that needs to be mentioned. Now, these are the materials that you're going to need bring with you guys. You need all of this stuff except the two optionals. Now, I am in GCM mode, guys. Now, this is just because I'm going to be stopping in rooms and breaking down different things, and I don't want to be trying to do that in this cave on official. Okay, so stick with me here because you're going to learn things that you're going to need to know. Now, this is how you're going to open the first door. You're going to go down, you're going to start on the bottom floor. So each letter rotates, it goes from the bottom floor to the top floor, to the bottom floor to the top floor. You're going to spell the name Drakkar, D-R-A-K-K-A-R. The last R is hidden. You will see it where it is on the video. I'll point it out. Now, I've also heard that you don't actually have to spell Drakkar. I seen a video where a guy spelled Kakar with a K and it still worked. So I don't know exactly what it is to open this, but I do know that spelling Drakkar works. However, on the official network, I've been hearing my friends that have gone in there have said that they have to put this code in 3 times for the door to open. Now, this is the last one, the last R coming up. It's all the way at the back, behind these crates right here. Little button right there behind those crates. And then you're gonna move over here to the right. This door is gonna open, and that's where your last R is. Now, you're gonna make your way back up top to where the sarcophagus is, and the top of it is going to open and allow you to drop in. This is basically your entrance in, and once you pass this point, guys, there is no return really, unless you pack a Veilwind and kill yourself or something. Okay, I just wanted to pause this for a moment, guys. I need to make this clear that this dungeon is actually really insane. There are traps everywhere in this dungeon. So I'm going to point out as much of the traps that I know about, and from there, hopefully you have a chance of getting through this. Now, as you come up these stairs, you're going to stay to the left of the light that's shining on the floor in the middle there. Stay to the left and run all the way down the hallway. Don't stop, run all the way. If you run fast enough, the spikes won't get you. There are spikes, but if you run, you're good. Now, this room, you need to crawl. You need to make sure you are in crawl mode, not crouch mode. Make sure you are crawling, and you do not want to crawl up on anything that's going to put you up high. You want to stay on the lowest points of the floor that you can go to. Now, you're going to press these 3 buttons, and it's going to open 2 doors. Each door takes you to a different artifact, and then they converge back into the sacrifice room, which then takes you to the other 2 artifacts. So if you're going to run this for all 4 artifacts, you're going to need a team, and you're going to need to split into 2 and each take a different path in this room. Now, if you hit the switches like I do right here and follow this sequence, this is how you open the doors. And remember, at any point, if you were to stand up, you will get roasted. Now, in my opinion, the right door is the easiest path to start with. Now, up ahead is an area that's loaded with caprosuchus. And if you know anything about these caprosuchus, it holds you in its mouth and attacks the hell out of you. There's a bunch of them in here. Now, once you open this door, the first little area is good, but once you get a little bit in there, they will aggro to you. There's a couple ways to do this. You can do the actual jump puzzle, which isn't too hard to do. Or you can shoot a zip line down there and lock it onto the wall right here. And then you can take that zip line all the way down there and be fairly safe. You need to hope that when you get down there, there's not a capro standing right in front of you. I'm going to show you where you shoot it right here and everything, but that's what you really want to watch out for, is those capros, guys. Now, once you get to the other side of this room, there's some pillars just before the part where you need to jump next, and if you can get past those pillars will stop the capros. They're not big enough to fit through the pillars to get you. So your objective here is to just get to that spot as fast as possible. Now, if you're going to use the zip lines, make sure you lock them high, guys, because you don't want your feet treading. If your feet hit something, you're screwed. Now, this is the spot you want to get to, right here behind these pillars right here. The capro cannot get to you. They can't get up to you. You are safe right here. Don't go near the edge. I don't know if they can nip you near the edge, but now they normally want you to jump over this way here. I'm going to show you two ways to do this now. Now, the first way is going to be the zip line way. Now, this jumping stuff right here is fairly easy, guys. It's nothing to actually really worry about. However, if you do want to take the shortcut, you know, this is how you do it. Now, once again, make sure you're locking it high. Lock on. Zip yourself right across, guys, just like that. Now, there was a capro over here. Also, guys, you need the capped pike in here because the normal pike doesn't cut it. It takes forever to kill things. I'll show you in a little bit here how long it takes to kill some bats. But you need to have a capped pike, guys. Now, I'm going to shoot back and show you the other method the proper way. This is where the torch comes into play, guys. Now, these jumps, you just simply jump like this, guys, just on an angle, and you watch out for the spikes. There's spikes right there. You want to watch out for those spike traps. Now, the spikes don't hurt you all that bad. Stand on this rock here, guys, on this block. That'll keep you safe. Then you're gonna go as soon as it's down. Like I said, this is very easy. Now, on this one, you can actually crouch and make it around this corner right here without jumping. You have to go to the right here, guys. If you go to the left, you get stuck. So you got to go to the right. Okay, wait for it, go to the right. Now, there's two spike traps here, not just one. So you need to wait, and you're going to want to do this in one swift motion, guys. You're going to want to wait, go, okay, line yourself up, and then jump over here. Now you're back over where we zip lined to, okay? Now, I'm going to show you how to jump across this normally, and I'm going to show you another way. Now, the first way is to jump on this little block on the corner right here and jump across. Now, the drop is dangerous to get. This is a dangerous drop, guys. There's capros all down below you, and it might not be worth it. However, I'm going to show you how they want you to do it, jumping across to the hands like this. You would grab the jump, and then move to the little other hand next to you there, and then jump across. Now, I'm not going to grab the job. I'm going to actually turn around and reset here, and then show you a better way to do all of this. Now, you can put a zip line all the way across the room right above this drop, guys. Okay? Zip lines are wonders in this cave. Now, if you're having trouble grabbing the line like I am here, guys, turn yourselves around to the point where it connects to the wall, where you've got it connected, and you'll get an option on there to hold the button to actually connect to it, which I believe I do right here. And I feel like this is probably the safest method, guys. And that's it, you're across. Now this room is very easy, guys. You're just gonna follow along my pathway here. You're gonna stay tight to the left. Take your torch out. You're gonna want to drop off this slowly. This red stuff seems to always be the safe places to stand. Now make sure you're tight to the wall right here, because you're right next to it. Block a trigger right here. And I'm gonna show you right here. If you trigger it, you're gonna get a load of ads that come out and try and kill you, and it's usually these bats. And I'm going to show you right here, I believe, how pathetic the primitive pike is for trying to kill these bats. Okay, now as you can see, this pike, it takes absolute ages to kill anything in this cave with a primitive pike. So do not try to come in here with primitive stuff, guys. I don't recommend it at all. Now I've been infected, so I'm using an antidote. Still piking. If I wasn't in GCM, I'd probably be dead by now. And I switched somewhere halfway between that to the Ascendant Pike. Now stay hard to the left, guys. Tight against the left wall here. Okay? And as long as you stay tight to the left, you're good. Now you can go over here, you get up on this block and crouch, and then you can get the drop as well. Okay, and now you just make your way up. Now you throw the switches here. Now this room, guys, is a little... Now I'm going to freeze this for a second. I want to explain some things. All the other videos I've seen people do with this room, everybody has said that there is a safe opening to go through to get this drop. I tested all 4 openings to go in and get that drop, and not one of them is safe. And I'm going to show you that in this video right here. But first I'm going to show you how you open the door. You want to stay tight to the left here, guys. You want to stay on this red stuff. See the red stuff? You want to stay on that red stuff. You want to hug the wall tight because there's a trigger block right there. Now this room, you have to hit the buttons in a clockwise direction, and you need to do it twice. Alright, you stand on that, you follow the stairs along here. You're gonna run across again to the red stuff. Hit the switch, run across again to the red stuff, hit the switch, and now you're going to do that all over again. This is me testing out this opening. No, you can't use this opening. Now again, we're going to stay tight to the left here, or we're going to watch that block. You just stay to the red here, and you're going to stay tight to the wall here, and you're going to hit that button. Okay, now once you hit this switch for the second time, the door behind me here is going to open. The big door there is opening now. Now this is where I'm going to show you that you can't grab this drop by walking through any of these openings. Okay, now we are behind the door that leads into the labyrinth area. Now this is a hard part, guys. You need to be fast in here, and I'm going to tell you a couple ways to do this. Now you want to make sure you go through the right side door. Okay, there's two switches on the wall here. That one will open the left door, and this one will open the right door, and we're going through the right. Now this is a kind of a maze, guys. I suggest you're probably going to need to run this a few times. I suggest going into single player and trying this, guys. Now it's the middle button here between the three, because you're going to want to run this a few times to get used to it. Trust me, you're going to need to. You don't want to have to learn this on official if you've never done it before. Now this is the starting room here, but we're not going to start yet. What we're going to do is clear the path, because if you start right now, you're going to run into a room that has a whole ton of freaking spiders and titan boas and whatnot in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to basically take the path that we're going to go, and we're going to make sure there's no enemies on the path. Okay, now you could probably keep the pyro on your shoulder till you get to the room with the enemies and then expand it. I expanded it right here just for the hell of it. So yeah, there's that. Now I have no way of explaining the sequence, the way you need to go and all that stuff to you guys. You're going to need to just watch the video and follow the path. Try and remember it and follow it. This is why I say that you really need to go into a single player game and run this cave a few times so that you know exactly what's going on. Now this is where you're going to need to get to, guys. Right here, this part right there, we're going to skip over that wall, and that's what's going to let us beat the timer. Okay, now I'm going to just fly over the wall. This is the door we're trying to get to right here. That door is timed, and it's timed like a motherfucker. It's so goddamn tight. It's tighter than a nun's ass, you know what I'm saying? It is tight, the time on that thing. However, there are a few tricks, and I'm going to show you that. Now this is where you come out. So what you can do, and what I find to be the easiest way, is just hook yourself a little zip lines again, guys, right there. Snap on, zoom yourself up to it. Now we have reset, gone back over to the other side of the wall, and this is the other method you can use, guys. A lot of people are using this method right now. I haven't seen anyone mention the zipline method yet, but I have seen everybody mention this method, and this method is tricky, guys. I don't like it because it doesn't work all the time. You have to get your pyro up into that top slot, get them wedged in there, turn them a little bit to the side slightly, and then when you fold him up to your shoulder, you have a chance to kind of fall over that wall. It's not always, man. It's half the time I don't make it over the wall. The zip line seems to work so much easier. Now we're going to continue on our way back to the starting point, and that's with these doors right here. Take a look at the room. Okay, get used to it, and just follow this path, guys, to get back to the room. Now keep this door right here in mind. This is going to be the door we're getting through earlier on the timed run. And if you need to reset, that's the door you're going to come out and go back around to this door to get back to the start point. Now this is where the focal chili comes in, guys. The focal chili gives you 25% movement speed, and you're going to need it if you're not using the zipline or the pyro method. Let me tell you, you are going to need it. Now I'm going to run this in non-GCM mode, guys, just so you can see that my weight still takes effect. Everything I'm carrying is still considered weight on me, and the focal chili will still get us across that finish line. Now once you hit this button right here, that's when the timer starts, guys, and you have a minute 12, I believe, to make it to where we need to go. This here is the room that had all those enemies in it. Now you would have ran smack dab into them while the timer's going, and you don't even have 2 seconds to spare without them there, so that's why we clear it out. Now right here, this is where you want to shoot that zip line over. You're probably going to want to have it already set up, but this is the point of where you want to jump on that zip line and fly over the top of that wall and through the door and completely cut off half this run. And that's it right there, guys. No GCM, full weight on me with the focal chili, and it's just that easy. Now here's the next part, guys. Now just simply jump down this hole nice and carefully here. Here's your artifact, but take your time because there's still a pit that you can fall down right here. Okay, you want to jump on the right hand side. And there's also some traps in this room right here. So you want to hug the right hand side here, jump over, and grab your artifact. Now run down this hallway and continue on your way. Now watch out for the traps right here. You jump over right here. Jump over like so. Now this is the sacrifice room. Now both paths back in that other room converge to this one room. Each path has a single artifact, and then after this point it's the bosses with the 2 artifacts. Now this is the sacrifice room because you can either sacrifice a dino or you can sacrifice a player. If you sacrifice the player, there's a pathway that goes straight into the boss room. There's a few drops along that pathway. It's very easy. There's no enemies. It's just simply a hallway to the boss room. If you sacrifice the dino, however, you're going to have to go down this pathway here. Now the switch to open this door is in the back of this room on the back side of a pillar laying on the ground. This is the door right here. It's on the floor, and this is the pillar right here. I'm gonna press that button. And the door will open. Now once you get here, there's going to be a little jumping thing here. It's not too hard, and like I said guys, the spikes don't really damage you all that bad as long as you're not standing in them over time. If they just clip you, it's really not too bad. Now you want to time it. You want to stay on the left side here guys. If you try to jump on the right at all, your head will hit the roof and you will fall down below. Make sure you stay to the left on this jump, and you're gonna want to do it all in one probably guys, like this. You're just gonna want to jump and shoot right through. Now this spot is a little tricky. Now I had a hell of a bunch of bats in here when I came in here. I don't think that's normal, and there is a plate, a trigger plate in the middle of that platform that we're going to be jumping to that triggers more bats in this room. So you want to kind of be really careful. I'm going to clear these out and we'll be back. Now this pathway can be a nightmare guys. Stick to the left, trigger plate right there. But the continuation of this path can be a nightmare because there's scorpions, and what will happen is the scorpions will like trigger the pressure plates and pop out more dinos and more dinos and more dinos, and it just keeps spiraling downhill. It took me quite a while to get control of all the scorpions and bats and everything in this room. So this is a very, very dangerous room, and you want to be very careful of where you're stepping on your way through here. There's little trigger plates that you need to avoid. You can see them on the floor. I will show you the pathway to get through here in a second. Now, once you jump across, you want to hug the right side. Okay, these little squares won't set them off. Hug the little right side, just like I am here. Watch that plate there. Watch those plates there. Jump over them like so. And take your time, guys. Can't stress that enough in this cave. Take your time. Now, we are at the boss room. Switch is back here. Now normally you would just walk right into this room, but it's glitched out because I ran this earlier and it wouldn't reset. So we're just gonna ghost through the wall. This room has a ton of issues right now, guys. Now what's supposed to happen in this room is you're supposed to have a ghost wolf and a ghost bear. Now normally I need to attack one of the moose walking around to get them to come out, but there's supposed to be a level 50 wolf and a level 50 bear. Once you kill both of them, you will get, don't mind all the mooses, guys. Things were completely out of control in here. I was trying to figure out how to fix the room and things just got a little crazy. Let me continue. So 2 level 50 ghost wolf, ghost bear, level 50. You kill them, you get another set, level 100s. You kill them, you get another set, level 150s. You kill them, you get another set, level 200s. You kill them, you get another set, level 250s, and that is the last set that you need to kill. Once you kill that set, the barriers blocking the artifacts and the way out will come down. Now, I've heard on official that you can actually phase through the exit barrier and get out that way. However, if you get stuck in here and you can't get out those barriers and those ghost wolves aren't spawning, it's game over. Highly recommend bringing an Armadoggo or a Veilwind with you so you can pack your gear and kit into that and just kill yourself in here, respawn, and call it a broken run. Now when you drop down here, you might think you want to throw on your flippers. Don't throw your flippers on, guys. As soon as you get to these little ledges right here, you're going to be walking at full speed. And that's it, guys. It's just that easy. I shouldn't say it's easy, it's just that hard, guys. Pretty difficult cave if you ask me. But if you run it a few times on single player, I promise you it will make a world of difference when you try to run it on official. Now, on to the second part, the other door, the last artifact. Okay guys, now we are going to take the left door. Again, this is the left door in the room that you need to crouch in, as you can see. Or the one you need to lay down in, I should say, and crawl. Okay, now you're facing forward after you came in the door. Do not turn any way. Continue facing forward as you drop into this hole. Okay, and you're gonna put your flippers on. You might want your oxygen tank. You don't necessarily need it. You're gonna go all the way down this hallway. Now this is the safest path in this room, guys. If you go into the other room, there are megalodons. You're gonna cut through this door and up, and now you're out of harm's way. I don't know why some of these other guys fight the megalodons in that room. There's absolutely no need to do that. Now you can return to your flak, put your flak back on. Now, I avoid any squares on the ground in this cave at all. I'm not too sure. I think these ones might be okay to step on, but I avoid them anyway. That right there, don't step on. And we're through the door. Watch out for the middle. The middle has spikes all the way up it. Little spike patches there. Now we're into some of the more difficult stuff, guys. This is where the shit really hits the fan and starts to pick up in this cave. Now, behind each of these doors is usually a dinosaur. And now the doors are timed, and you need to throw the switches that are inside each door. Now, each door is timed, like I said. If you get stuck in these rooms when that door comes down, guys, a lot of these switches aren't working properly, and you are stuck in that room and can't get out. Follow the order I do here. I will put a picture up on the screen of what the pattern is to open this door. Now, if this happens and you kill one of the dinos and you think the door might be shutting, it is much better to just wait for the door to shut and then reopen it. Yes, you might get another dino, but at least you're not getting stuck in that room. In this case, we got no more dino. Looking for the switch. There it is. And then we go to... Now, my suggestion is to open these doors one by one, guys. A lot of these other guys open them all at once. You don't necessarily need to. Just open them one by one, and everything will be fine. Now, these numbers represent the doors, or the switches I should say, that need to be thrown in that order to open this exit door. Now, this room is the same as the last one, with dinos behind the doors. There are invisible tripwires on the ground, guys. You cannot avoid them. You can't see them. And then as you trip them, they will add more dinos behind these doors, guys. Now, the pattern in this room is fairly simple. There's no timer to pressing the buttons. It just has to be done in the right order. And I'm going to put the order up on screen right now. Now, again, guys, make sure you don't get stuck behind these doors. Now, I'm not sure if all these doors open, but I can 100% tell you that one of the doors coming up does not open. It's just much better practice to make sure you're not getting trapped behind one of these doors. Now, as I'm fighting here, guys, remember I am using an ascendant pike. I also think that tripwire trips randomly whenever you're near that pillar after so many seconds or whatever. It randomly trips and adds more dinos. I don't think you can avoid it. Now, this room, be careful, guys. Throw these two switches and get out before the door shuts. I've seen a few videos where there's people's pyros stuck in that room. My friend included got stuck in this room on an official server. His pyro is sitting there as we speak with his whole kit inside of it. Watch that room. That one for sure does not reopen. Now, in this room, you'll probably encounter a couple of raptors. Behind the door with the red drop, there is Tyrannosaurus Rexes. That door right there has T-Rexes behind it, and there's a little switch, another invisible tripwire in this room, guys, that if you hit, you will trip it and it'll drop another Rex into that room. You will hear his feet come down and hit the floor as he drops. Now, you don't need to open that door, guys. You only one switch on this pillar that you really need to hit, and it's the one that's on the side that's facing the T-Rex door. Now I'm going to open this door to show you the Rexes that are behind it. And there they are, guys. Now, like I said, that room is not needed, and we're just going to skip ahead to how to exit the room now. Okay, now we're going to throw the switch. Just this one. And it's going to open the door. Now this door, guys, you need to enter on the right hand side. If you do not go in on the right hand side, you will trigger all these spiders that just showed up right here, and they can be a pain to take care of. Okay, every other video that I have seen on YouTube has skipped this door entirely. And maybe they know about it and maybe they don't, but I'm going to show you what's behind that door. Now, to open that door, you need to throw a switch in this hallway coming up. So we're gonna open the door. Okay, door's opening. We're gonna stick to the right to avoid spawning the spiders. Okay. Now, has anybody wondered why this little cutout is right here? Well, in this cutout is a secret button hidden behind these trees right here. You hit that button and you make your way down the hallway. And this is timed, by the way, guys. And that door right there is now open. Now down here is a drop. Now the drop is trapped, guys, so telekinesis is going to be your best friend for a couple of the drops in this cave, and this is absolutely one of them. If you get anywhere near this drop, guys, it's going to trigger a ton of Purlovias in the hallway behind you. So that's the trade-off, guys. You're either going to trigger the Purlovias, you're going to hit it with telekinesis, which is probably the best way to do it, and completely avoid all that shit. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to trigger this drop, and I'm going to show you the Purlovias that come down the hallway from it. And there they are, guys, the Purlovias, and they're all the way down this hallway, by the way, just so you know. So that drop is a total trade-off. It's dangerous as hell to try to get, but if you are a loot goblin and can't resist, get ready to fight some Purlovia. And that's the way out, guys. You hit the switch and you continue on your way. Now down this hole here, guys, is usually a Spino, so you really want to be ready for this room. I also have a nice little shortcut for it. And there he is. He's kind of stuck in the wall at the moment, guys, but there he is. Now we've got rid of that Spino. And what I suggest you do here, guys, you're supposed to hit these statues in a counterclockwise order to open that door right there to my left, but there is an easier way to do this, and you can skip all the little jumping across a bunch of the cement jumps and all that stuff if you just do this method. That's where you need to get to up there. but you also need to get to over there. So we are going to use a zip line once again. You're gonna put it up there, and you're gonna lock it right there, and you're gonna jump on and zip line your way all the way up here. Now you've just skipped that entire room pretty much, guys. From here, it's a simple path out. Now I am going to show you the proper way to get out of this water, and that's with these statues. You're going to start with this one to the right of the door. You're going to exit through that door right there on the right, and you're going to do a counterclockwise rotation on these statues. Once you do, the door will open and you can proceed out. Now these are all the jumps that you need to do to get out of here. Now, once you get here, guys, you can use the same thing. If you ran up for some reason instead of doing the other method, you can zip line right across this as well. If you don't zip line, you have to walk across that pillar on the bottom carefully. Now, once you get up, you're gonna go to the right here, guys. You're gonna go to the right. Okay, and you're gonna continue around, and you're gonna look for this glowing orange room through the trees, right there in front of us. Little hole through there, you're gonna jump in and go this way. Now be careful, there are Aranios here. Usually. Now, once you get through this, guys, you are at the infamous jumping puzzle. Why the hell they put this in here like this is, I don't get it. The first two rooms, quite easy. The last room is a joke. I think the only way to do this realistically, guys, is with the Archaeopteryx. The first two rooms, I'm going to show you a couple ways to get through, but the last room, you definitely going to need that Archaeopteryx. Now, guys, as you can see, there is a zip line set up above my head here. You can zip line this room, guys. Makes it slightly easier, maybe? I don't know. It's a straight shot to the door fairly much, guys, and it's easier to do the straight shot run than the zip line, in my opinion. Now, that crack right there that I just jumped over, you do not need to jump over that crack. But I'm going to show you how to use the zip line method. Now, here's the problem that I ran into trying to do this zip line method. You'd get to over here, and you would drop down, and then you'd go to make your jump, and bang, you'd hit the wall, and that was it. You were toast. And that's why I recommend running up the path on foot, because it's actually an easier jump at the end, and I will show you. Now, when you get to the end, don't try jumping across like this. You'll probably just hit the wall like that. Instead, do this. turn down this little piece here and jump across right here. Now, this is another method to get through the second room, guys. It's very, you have to be very precise though, guys. Now line your character up with the pillar on that right there in front of us, and you're gonna aim up towards the roof just slightly, but you don't want to hit the roof. Now you're going to be able to tell if it hits the roof if it just stops immediately like that. Okay, you want it to drop slightly. The rope needs to drop down slightly when you shoot it. Okay, and you will see what I mean here. Okay, you're lining it up. Now you want to stay just below that yellow rim right there. See where it goes brown to yellow slightly? You want to shoot just at the bottom there when the door is open, and then connect it right here. And if you do that properly, guys, you need to then open the door again. Then you can get on this and literally just zip right past everything. You're going to be connected to the pillar right here. Okay, that's the pillar you're trying to hit. Now you need to hit high on that, guys, or else you're going to be too low and your feet are going to hit and you're going to fall. So that's the way I would do that. Now the other way, guys, is to be using the Archaeopteryx, and you're going to need to use this thing anyways in the last room. So I mean, you might as well just be using it now. But for those of you that don't have it, this is how you can get through those first two rooms. Now with the Archaeopteryx, you just hit the button and you fly yourself straight through. Now the problem with using the Archaeopteryx, guys, is you can't really slow it down and stop. You know what I mean? You can eventually, but if you hit in the wrong angle when you're flying, you're done. You're gonna fall in the pit because you can't get them back to where you need to be. It's very, very slim ledges here that you need to stay above. Now the first part, you're going to want to line yourself up here with the pathway, right, just slightly like this, right next to the pillars, and you want to cruise down. You want to be holding back to slow the Archaeopteryx down. Now once you hit the where you're at over here, drop down with the X button to land, and then you're going to launch over here slowly without really pressing much forward, and you're going to land right here with the X button, or the square button will drop you down immediately with the Archaeopteryx. This is where you need to be quick, guys. Now like I'm doing here, hit the button and then move back away from the button behind it and jump on an angle to the left of the button, and you will miss all of the pillars, everything in your way, and sail straight to victory, guys. Now pack up your Archaeopteryx, you don't really need it anymore. Watch it when you get to the bottom here, guys. There's a trap, little box with spikes down in the bottom of it right here. Okay, you want to avoid that fully. Grab your Skylord artifact. And this is going to bring you back out into the sacrifice room, which I have already just shown you how to complete. And with that being said, guys, that concludes this almost hour-long video of everything to do with this cave. A lot of stuff in here, guys. A lot of stuff to unpack. I absolutely recommend you run this on single player a few times before you attempt it on official. And with that being said, guys, do me a favor and hit that sub button. Stay up to date with all the latest content. Hit that like button and leave any questions or comments down below. And as always, have yourselves an excellent day.